Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Now, the big rumour that's flying around today, which is exciting a lot of Arsenal fans, maybe they need to calm down a bit because it's just a rumour, but it's this one about Kingsley Coman. Brilliant, brilliant young player who currently plays for Bayern Munich, 22 years of age now. Rumours all over the place today that Arsenal are prepared to test Bayern Munich's resolve with a £44 million bid for Kingsley Coman. He's, as I said, an excellent young player. He didn't actually get into the French squad for the World Cup, which was a bit of a surprise. He had a bit of an indifferent season, mainly due to injury, not really due to the fact that he wasn't playing well, mainly due to the fact that I think he'd sustained an ankle injury, and that meant that he missed out on the French squad, and he must be absolutely gutted now because he probably would have definitely been in that squad to see them lift the World Cup. But he is a top player, still very young. He's been at Bayern Munich now for a few seasons and he's won a lot of trophies with them. Now, the uncertainty over his future is kind of because Bayern Munich now brought in a new manager, Niko Kovac, and it's whether Kovac is going to keep him or decide to cash in on him. And the rumours are that Arsenal kind of smell a bit of weakness here and are going to be willing to, you know, bid up to £44 million if, I remember that if, Bayern Munich might be willing to move him on. Now, as I said, it's a big rumour and it's all over the place and people are excited because he's such a great young player. However, you know, all the cards lay with Bayern. My feeling on it is that Bayern and Niko Kovac would probably want to hold on to Coman. He's a top player. But again, it's one of those ones where we have to wait and see how it develops. It's this one we're talking about now, about the special player, isn't it? That player which Unai Emery said that would tempt him back into the market to buy. And I'm sure Kingsley Coman would be one of those. And let's not forget, should I say, that Arsenal wouldn't be the only team that would be interested in a player like this, because he is as I said, one in years to come could be one of the top players. I mean, how many good players have they got in that French team? When I think about the players that they didn't even bring to the World Cup, Rabiot, Lacazette, Kingsley Coman, Martial, I mean, they could win the World Cup with their B team, I'll tell you, but it's unbelievable. But let's keep an eye on that one and see how that develops out, the rumours today about Kingsley Coman of Bayern Munich. The other big rumour today is all about Steven Nzonzi. Now, this one's been going on for the whole transfer window so far, that Arsenal linked very heavily with Steven Nzonzi. Nzonzi, of course, who plays for Sevilla. He played under Unai Emery at Sevilla. And the rumours going around today is that Unai Emery has personally asked the board at Arsenal to sign Steven Nzonzi. He said to the board, listen, I want somebody with a bit of size and height in that sort of defensive, defensive midfielder position. And Steven Nzonzi fits the bill perfectly. He's a World Cup winner, of course. He played in the World Cup final, played a big part for France. Remember I was saying yesterday that he kind of came on and calmed things down after the, you know, Kante got that yellow card. He has got bags of Premier League experience. He's a combative player. I remember he used to play at Stoke. So he knows all about the Premier League and he knows all about Unai Emery, having played under him. Now, will this happen or not? He's 29 years of age as well. Don't forget that. So he's starting to get a bit older. We've already bought Lucas Torreira. But as I said, the rumours are that Unai Emery said to the board, I want somebody of size in that midfield, which is actually something, again, that a lot of Arsenal fans have been saying for years, that, you know, we need a bit more presence in that midfield, a bit more size, you know, can deal with like some of the real strong, big attacking players that you come up against in the Premier League. So the Steven Nzonzi one still keeps rattling on. We'll keep an eye on that one to see how that develops. Now, another rumour today, which is all over the place, is about Petr Cech. The Arsenal are willing to sell Petr Cech back to Chelsea. Now, Cech, of course, has moved down the pecking order. He has been the #1 goalkeeper at Arsenal, but he's moved down the pecking order surely now that Arsenal have made a big investment in bringing in Bernd Leno from Bayer Leverkusen. Looks like Leno will be the #1 choice for goalkeeper next season. And then over at Chelsea now, it looks like Thibaut Courtois could be moving on to Real Madrid. All the noises that have been made up over the summer seems that it's going that way. Chelsea were apparently interested in signing Alisson as well from Roma, but it seems like Liverpool have moved ahead of them in the bidding for that one, which is apparently £62 million for Alisson. I mean, Liverpool's spending some money at the moment. What's going on? Trust me, they're blowing us out of the water when it comes to spending. But yeah, Alisson being linked with Liverpool. So Petr Cech, he said that Chelsea are interested, very interested in taking Petr Cech back. And also that they're interested in maybe Kasper Schmeichel, or one of those two. Arsenal apparently would be definitely willing to sell him back to Chelsea. He's 36 now. I don't know how much money they get for him. It wouldn't be that much, I would have thought. But let's keep an eye on this situation. Petr Cech could be heading back to Chelsea. Now, remember Malcolm. We spoke about this guy a lot during the January transfer window. Arsene Wenger was really in the bidding to try and bring him in at Arsenal. We were in talks with him. It looked at one time that it was going to be close to happening. And then all of a sudden, it looked like Arsenal sort of pulled back from it. There was a high asking price for him. And he ended up staying at Bordeaux, the 21-year-old winger. Now, I was thinking that maybe this summer Arsenal might go back in for Malcolm. But it looks like that boat has sailed. It looks like Arsenal not going to be going back in for Malcolm. And a lot of reports out today that it's Everton that are going to be bidding for Malcolm, and that he could be going to Goodison Park this summer, which is a bit of a surprise that Arsenal haven't gone back in for him, haven't gone for a winger. Is this indications that Arsenal are not going to go for a winger at all and rely on playing Aubameyang and Mkhitaryan out on the wings with Lacazette down the middle? Both can do the wing play, but both are not exactly wingers. I still think we could do with a tricky, fast-paced winger out on that side, but who knows what Unai Emery's thinking. Let's wait and see what happens with that one. Will Danny Welbeck still be at the club? Remember, we spoke about this one yesterday. Now, we did a poll on it. I asked the simple question, should we sell Danny Welbeck or should we keep him? 66% of you, quite a high percent, saying we should sell him. Only 34% saying keep him. So it seems that most fans out there think that we should cash in on Danny Welbeck and sell him. Remember, I was saying that the price for him probably no more than £50 million. 10 million. A lot of people are saying to me, come on, we're going to get way more for him than that. I don't think we would. I don't think we would get more than about... We might make our money back. I think we paid 16 million for him, probably about 15 million. I can't see us getting more money than that for Danny Welbeck right now, but hey, let's wait and see what happens. Let's get into some of your comments. Starting off with Jimmy Young. He says, I like Welbeck. He always gives 100%. Needs to practice his shooting, though. He's just sat the whole World Cup, except for 10 minutes playing time. He sat on the bench. Surely he wants to play now. Who wants to sit on the bench for their career? We should sell him for the sake of he plays football. Too many English players not playing. And listen, he did sit on the bench for literally the whole World Cup. I couldn't understand, actually, why they didn't bring Danny Welbeck on more for some of those games in England. I thought that was a big error. And it's not just with my Arsenal hat on. I just felt that if you look at Danny Welbeck's record for England, he scores a lot of goals for England. He's England's second highest goal scorer, only just behind Harry Kane. Why was we not bringing him on? Why was we bringing on Vardy as well ahead of him? I just didn't understand it. I mean, I know that on paper you'd say Vardy definitely a better striker, Harry Kane, but listen, I've seen over the years there's players that ain't the super duper duper for their club, but when they put on that shirt, their World Cup shirt, you know, or their international shirt, they turn into a different animal. Look at Klose, played all those years for Germany. He's one example. Gomez as well. I think Welbeck should have got more time. But anyway, listen, it looks like Welbeck could be on his way out. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. Weavers Pudel says, I think we must give Lucas Perez a chance. We're talking about a winger, but why not try playing Aubameyang at that side with Lacazette up front? Perez will be a good backup and Eddie is also there. Let's make the funding available for another centre-back. Zamir Patois says, Perez is a better choice and better wide left by Welbeck. I don't know. It's a matter of opinions. I just think with Welbeck, he's so much quicker, you know, and I don't know. I prefer Welbeck out there. Lucas Perez got a great left foot on him. Decent crosser of the ball. Welbeck can pick the ball out there. He's quicker, he's more direct, and if he loses the ball, he works harder, he gets back. He's got a lot more stamina than Lucas Perez. I think he's more effective out there, but listen, it's very subjective. A lot of people think Perez will do a better job there. Joseph Petrassi says, if it could mean that we get a proper winger, then yes, all day long. He's talking about, obviously, Danny Welbeck as well, moving out. Can't argue with that, I suppose. And I'll go with this one, the last one. Sepp says, if Welbeck goes, I'd sign Zaha to replace him. Can play on either wing and up front. Perfect fit, in my opinion. I agree. You know I'm a big Zaha fan, and I think he'd do bits at Arsenal, but I'm not the manager. Right? Listen, thanks for watching the show today. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow. Don't forget, AFTV, we're going to be heading over to Singapore next week. When Arsenal play over there in the friendlies. If you live over there in Singapore, make sure you come and check us out. Really looking forward to that. We're going to be creating some great content over there, really getting a feel of the fan base over there in Singapore, which is exceptional. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow.